Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing really quickly and efficiently how to set up Claude Code in VS Code and then how to set up a deep research functionality similar to Perplexity's using Firecrawl. So first off, you're going to want to create a new folder. So a folder whereby it will be able to input files and add information. So you'll probably want to create a new folder for this. So go into your files, create a new folder. In this case, I'm going to call it research. And once you've got that folder added, you're then going to go to VS, Visual Studio Code, also short for VS Code. You're then going to go to this website and you're going to click the download button. So when you go to this, be it on Windows or Mac, you'll be able to download this really easy. Get it installed. Once you have that installed, you can pause here and then come back. Once that's installed, you're going to open it up and you'll be greeted with a screen that looks like this. So nice and straightforward. With this screen, you're then going to go into File. You're going to open a folder, and you're going to go to where you save that folder that you just made. So in this case, I'm going to do deep research. I'm going to open, and so now this is open. We're then going to get the command to install Claude Code. So to do that, all you're going to do is open a terminal. You're going to go and add a new terminal. So you're going to go Terminal, and you're going to go New Terminal, and I'll open it here. And then you're going to paste this exact thing. So the npm install g Anthropic Claude Code, click enter. This will then install it. It may take a little bit longer for you because it's previously already installed on my computer, but essentially it will download everything and it will install it for you nice and easy. And then once you've done that, you're just going to type it in Claude. And once you type in Claude, it's then going to ask, do you trust this folder, which you'll click yes to. I've got some MCPs, so I'm just going to click yes to them. You won't have that, so don't worry. And then it will ask you probably to log in automatically. So here, for example, mine expires in 1 day. So do you know what? I can actually just do this now. And it will do this automatically for you if you haven't already. And so you will need a subscription to use this. So you can use any of the base subscription. So I'll just log in through my Google account. There we go. And voila. And you're going to click authorize. And then that's successfully. Once that's loaded, it's obviously successfully logged in. You're just going to click enter. And now you need to get the deep research bit done. So that's the Claude Code aspect. Very simple. You just run the npm install and it will install it for you. And you'll be able to then have it look through any of the folders that you give it access to, then know exactly what you want it to do. After this, we're going to get Firecrawl. So you're going to go to Firecrawl, and this is the website here. And this allows you to essentially search the web through Claude Code, so similar to Perplexity, and allows you to look at various websites, social media, and other platforms so that you can understand if something is relevant for you and basically do a little bit more deep research either on someone or on a company, anything you consider to be interest, or if you wanted to research into, how Earth came into being or how dinosaurs became extinct. Again, anything that you consider to be of interest. Alrighty, then Firecrawl here, you want to create a free account. So if you go to pricing, you'll see that it has a free tier, which allows 1,000 credits per month, which should be, for most people, more than enough. You can pre-subscribe and you'll get 1,500 per month, which I have done. But also, again, if you want to just pay monthly, it's $19 a month for more if you think you need. But again, 1,000 a month should be more than enough for most people. Pretty easy. Alrighty, once you have made an account, you're then just going to go to the dashboard, and in that dashboard, you're going to go to API keys. And here, for example, you're just going to click create. And in this case, I'll call it deep research. I'm going to take that key here. And generally what you want to do is you would not paste this key in here. Like, you could paste it in here. Obviously, I'm going to delete this after this, so it doesn't matter too much. But for the sake of this video, what you would normally do is you want to create a file. What you want to do is create a file, and you're going to call this .env.local. And in here, you are going to add the Firecrawl API key. And so all you need to do for this is take this thing here called Firecrawl API key. And so once your Firecrawl key is pasted there, it will then be able to access it. And so now you're going to go Claude, using the Firecrawl API key, can we create a deep research skill, which will similar to Perplexity, and click it. Now I'm running this on Opus, but it also would work on Sonnet as well. It's a fairly simple model. I am providing the code in this video as well, so if you want to get the code as well, you can. Also, if you don't want to have to click on yes all the time, you can select auto mode, and to do this, you just do Shift and then Tab. So Shift Tab, and you can see it here. It's changing from auto mode, manual mode, accept edits on, plan mode. There we go. I'm just going to leave it on auto mode, so it will just do this all for me, and you can then leave it to run for as long as you want. You can go off and do something. I will cut back to this when it has been complete. I'll also be including the writer skill code in this video as well, so you can have that, so you can utilize that to create this skill for yourself if you want to build it yourself as well. But as mentioned, I'm including the code in this, so you can just install, copy and paste the GitHub repo into here, paste it in, and it will get everything for you and just do it straight away. So nice and simple. You could also enhance this further if you have social media tools such as Unipile, where you can connect it directly to LinkedIn or Instagram. Then you could directly search those profiles as well if you wanted to, and it wouldn't use credits on your Firecrawl. There are a number of other data directories that you could also connect this with as well, should you wish. And so that has now been complete. So here you can see how it differs from plain web search. So essentially, search runs all subqueries in parallel and returns a numbered table and picks a source which is worth reading rather than scraping. Everything ranks, and then it's got an accuracy win essentially. So this is, got all the table information, and you can run a number. So pretty easy, and it's also been verified as well. So let's do a little bit of a quick check now. And obviously, this one could be using 35 credit. So that's one thing to keep a note of. If you wanted to use less credits, so let's say, hey, just do 5 searches, that could be fine as well. So let's just do a search on it right now, and let's see if it can help us find something that would be potentially useful. I, for example, have a lot of speaking clients. So let's say I want you to find the Texas events, the event planners. So let's see how it does for this. If you're not using Claude Code already, I will be providing my pass. You'll find it in the description. So you can get £10 in usage credits if you want, if you haven't already. Obviously, it only works if you've already got code. So let's just do all of these. I'm just going to say next. Let's just do next. So Claude will often come back with other questions to help enhance the search that you're already doing and allow it to be a little bit better and tailored towards what you're actually trying to do. So this, for example, get booked as a speaker. And here we are, and it's now hunting for the call to speaker pages, deadlines, submission links, and anyone that's organizing an event. So really straightforward. This potentially could be quite an expensive one. We'll find out afterwards how many of my credits it uses. Actually, no, here we are. It's telling me here. So 56 sources. Okay, credits used 20. All right, that's fine. That's not a bad search. You'll see on the file side here on the left, it's now doing the research. So you can see here it's listed all the sources. It's obviously got a corpus here as well. So it's essentially building out everything in terms of like the full events and so on. So this is already really comprehensive. And you can imagine, like previous years ago, having to manually do all of this research would take sometimes days, if we're really honest with ourselves. So having a system which can just do this for you all automatically also is incredibly useful. And I'm obviously waiting here and letting this complete, but you could go off and do some other work, have a cup of tea, enjoy whatever else you like, and then come back 10-15 minutes later, and it will have done everything for you. You can see here it's pulling their Instagram as well, so you'll be able to go and pull social medias too. Another main benefit of using this over Perplexity is Perplexity obviously has limits on the amount of deep research you can do, which I think depends upon high cost hours, so when more people are using it and so on, and when less people are on it. This doesn't have that limitation, so you can run this as much as you want, and it will be able to do everything for you without getting throttled by the AI company itself. It'll just be using your own usage within Claude Code. which I believe right now is actually you got a 50% increase in code right now running for the end of until 19th of August, I believe. And here we go. It's now being complete. So here, for example, it's got all the timing. It's got basically listed them all out and then given the full outline of everything that we can now go after. It even lets you know the limitation, for example, in private events, and obviously it's got the full report here. So you could then go through this and you'd have everything you needed. So nice. You can then ask it further questions, build out a plan from this, and then go further into it. So anyway, that is the deep research skill and setting up Claude Code. As mentioned, you can get the repo for the deep research skill and the writer skill in the GitHub link below, which you can just paste into Claude Code, and it will set this all up for you, so you don't have to use your own usage to create it if you don't want to. But of course, you can create it yourself if you prefer. It's entirely up to you. Let me know if you have any questions. More than happy to answer anything that's not clear. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful day.